Hello, welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Today you're going to see how to plan a customized and open TV wall like this. I am closing the cutting list. If I click here on data export, it's closed, and we click on the eye on the top left corner and activate here smart clicks, and we click on file and start a new project. So if there are any questions, just let me know in the chat. And now we are starting with our first cabinet, and the room keeps the same. And we start with the cabinet. And first of all, we change the width of the cabinet and click on here. And we type in here on the top left corner. We see this is opened, and we type in 2500 millimeter and confirming it with enter. So the height of our cabinet is 450. So our cabinet doesn't has a plinth. That's why we go here on a cabinet tab and we click on beneath cabinet and we click on no plinth, and the plinth is disappearing. And our cabinet also has a miter cut, so therefore we need to click on the smart click here on the corner, and you can see you can let the horizontal passing, you can let the side passing here, and you can also change to a miter cut. But in this case, you needed to do it 4 times. But if you click here on a smart click for the cabinet, and then you see the circle menu is opening, and if you click on a setting menu here, then the window for the setting menu is opening, and you see you can here change the construction at all corners with one action. So we type in here number 3 for miter and save it. And now we have on all edges a miter cut. So now we also need to change the distance. Therefore, if we click on here, you can change here the distance to left and to bottom. If you also click on a setting menu, then you can here change the distance to the left side, which is 1250, as well as to the bottom, which is 150, and we save it. And then our cabinet is now placed in the middle of the room, and we can continue. So the back will be a groove. That's all right. And we don't need a trim on the sides. So we are done, and we are going now to the division tab, and here we add 2 verticals. So we type in number 2 and just drag and drop here 2 verticals in our area, and you see the 3 areas, they are related in relation 1 to each other. And the left area, we click on the 808 on the measurement or on the dimension of this left area, and you see on the bottom left corner the window is opening, and you see number 1. Yeah, all numbers from 1 to 10 are relation numbers, and when you type in something bigger than 10, then you get this dimension in millimeter. In this case, we type in 2.5, confirming it with enter, and you see the left area is related in relation 2.5 to 1 to 1 to each other. We go in the middle area, and here we type in number 2, confirming it with enter, and that is it. Yeah, we are done with the verticals, and we are going in the middle area, and here we have one horizontal, and on the top and bottom we have a vertical, and here also it's related 1 to 1 to each other. And you see every area has on the top left corner here a green smart click. Here you see we have 2 smart clicks. Yeah, it's for the uh, bottom left area and for the whole left area, for the whole bottom area in the middle. Yeah, and here you see we have 3 smart clicks. And if you go on this, you see the whole middle area is selected, and here the whole top area in the middle is selected, and here we have the left area selected. And we click on here, and we type in here 2. No, we type in 1.5, confirming it with enter. And we do this here on the bottom left. The same. Click on here and change the width 1.5. And here we are. So here we want to shorten this horizontal, and therefore we are going on the top left corner, click on the eye, and here we click on the gray cube to activate. We click through it to activate the green arrows. And in this case we need it. We keep the shift button pressed and click on the horizontal, and you see here the arrow for this horizontal is getting activated, the 4 arrows, and we can change it. Here you see if we change it, we get here also a dimension. We click on the dimension and type in 150 and confirming it with enter. And that's the way how we want to have it. And now we don't need the green arrows anymore. And we click on the eye again and on the gray cube to deactivate the green arrows. And then we are done with the middle part. On the right part, we want to have a shelf, and therefore we are done with the division tab, and we go to the interior tab, and here we add an adjustable shelf. So we drag it and drop it in here. Sometimes if you see it like this, the right area is not selected, then you can go on the top left corner here on the smart click, and you drop it on here, and then our shelf is coming here. So we click again on a red on an eye to change the rendered view. So therefore we click on here, the circle menu is opening, and we click on a yellow cube. That is a glass view, the edge bending view, and this view. You see we have activated the row of folds, and If we click here on a drop-down menu for adjustable shelf, the row of holes is here activated. If we don't want to have it, we click here group of holes, and then we just get holes if we have here an adjustable shelf, like here in the right area. And here you can change the number of the holes for the group of holes, yeah, like 3 or 7. You see here we getting more holes. Yeah, in this case we keep 5 holes, and that is it. What we also want to do, we want to have an offset of this shelf. Therefore, we need to click on the smart click for the right area. And here we have offset interior and offset divider. So we don't have a divider in here. We want to have an offset of the interior. And you see the window on the bottom left corner is getting opened. Offset interior. And here we type in 25 and confirming it with enter. You see the group of holes also is getting an offset. But this is only for the group of holes. If we go back to the drop-down menu for adjustable shelves and we activate here the row of holes, then you see the row of holes is going back. If we go here in the setting, you see the distance to the front is 37. So you need to consider this, but I will activate a group of holes and they get also an offset. All right. Now you see here also the miter cut. That is how we want to have it. So now we can go to the front tab, and here we want to also have a miter cut for the front. Therefore, we activate here the checkbox miter, and you see here an extension for the miter cut. Yeah, you can activate it or deactivate it with the checkbox. All right. Now the next move will be the drawer. Therefore, we click on the drop-down menu for the drawer, and here we add on the left area the Vento. And here, if we click on here, on the smart click for the front, and open the setting menu for the front, you can here also change afterwards. Do you want to have it onlay or inlay? Yeah, we have it now onlay, and the front is also getting miter cut. Yeah, if we click on here, you see it. I'm opening the setting menu for the fronts again, and here we can change it afterwards to inlay if we type in number 2 and save it. Now it's inlay. Yeah, if we want to have it here inlay as well, we can activate the checkbox inlay before, and we click on the drop-down menu for the doors and choose the right door, and then we drag it and drop it in this area. So the other materials for the verticals and horizontals and for the fronts we change later on. And now we are done with the first cabinet, and we are continuing with the second one. And therefore we go back to the cabinet tab, go in the drop-down menu for the cabinet, and here we change the width to 400, and the height is 600, and the depth is 350. Distance left, bottom, and back. We keep it like this. We just drag it and drop it on the smart click on the top left corner on the back. So you see we get our default cabinet. In here we need to deactivate the plinths. We click on the smart click for the cabinet and opening the setting menu for the cabinet and change here the construction at the corners from side passing to mitre for all corners. And now we also need to change the position. I already showed you. We can do it if we click here on the smart click and opening the setting menu. We have done it for the first cabinet. Here you can also click on here and change here the distance to the bottom, and this is 540, and the same distance to the right. There we have 150. So we click on the smart click for the cabinet, and here on the symbol distance left, then the window is opening on the top left corner, and here we type in 150 and confirming it with enter. So that is our next cabinet. So here we want to have, we don't have a division. In the interior, we have an adjustable shelf. And we change it also. Click on the drop-down menu and change it to group of folds. Then we just group the group of folds. And we go to the front tab and we deactivate the checkbox for inlay and activate the mitre cut. And here we click on the drop-down menu for the doors. To add a door, we choose here the left door and we just drag it and drop it in here. And you see the door is getting also the mitre cut. So it is all right like this. And now we are coming to the third cabinet, and I click here on the smart click on the bottom right corner on the back. Click on here, and here we can also add a new default cabinet, but we can also copy this cabinet. I'm doing this, and I'm clicking on the smart click for the whole area, and to delete everything in this area as well as the doors, we click here on a yellow cross, delete, and now this cabinet is empty. And we want to change also the position and measurement of this cabinet. I have already showed you two ways. Here we can click also on the dimension, but when we go here back to the cabinet tab and we click on the three dot button, you see the windows opening for all cabinets. And here we go to the third cabinet, and here we can change the width to 250. The height is 1200. The depth is the same. Distance left is 0 and distance to the bottom is minus 300. So we close this window and you see everything is getting changed. I'm doing this the same for the next cabinet. So we click here again on a smart click on the bottom right corner on the back, and we click on here, copy cabinet. Then we get the same. We are opening the window for the overview of all cabinets. And here we want to have a height of the cabinet of a width of 1200, and the height is 250. Depth is the same, and the distance to the left is 0, and distance to the bottom is 475. Why 475? I show you after we close this window. So the point 0 of the height is here, and we want to have this cabinet exactly in the middle like it is now. So the height of this cabinet is 250. The height of this cabinet is 1200. So we have a rest of 950, and 950 divided through 2, because we have here 1 and here 1 distance. Yeah, that's why we have, if we keep the control button pressed, click on this point and this point, you see we have here 475. And if we use the measurement function again, we keep the control button pressed, go on this corner and on this corner. And here we also have 475. So it's now in the middle. And now you also know why 475. All right. The same we are doing with the last cabinet. So we are clicking on here and just copy this existing cabinet, and we click on a 3-dot button to open the window, and the width of this cabinet is 1000. The height is 350, the depth the same, and the distance left, back, and bottom is 0. We close this, and here we are. So now our project looks almost done. We are going now to the division tab. Here we have 3 horizontals. In the other cabinet we have 3 verticals. And here we have an adjustable shelf. So the shelves here will be open, and here we go to the front tab, and here we add a top lid. Yeah, the lid is also getting some mitra cut. So if we want to have handles or not, we can change it. Therefore, we click here on the drop-down menu for the handles, and here we can say no handle, or yeah, you see it's changed, or a knob, or a pocket. Yeah, whatever you would like to have. So, and if we decide to no handles, then the change is only on this activated cabinet. That is now cabinet 5. You see all the other cabinets have here a handle. If you want to have it for all cabinets, then you need to click all cabinets. Then also the window for all cabinets is opening, and we keep activated the checkbox for all cabinets closes, and then the setting is overtaken for all cabinets. All right, and now we click on the eye and on a on a cube, on a gray cube in the circle menu here to deactivate the smart clicks, the small measurements, the main measurement, and the smart clicks for the areas. And if we click here on our red cube, we change the rendered view. It's like the painting view. Now we go to the rendered view like this. And now we are changing the materials. Therefore, we go to the material tab and we want to have we actually want to have for the fronts and for the verticals and horizontals, two different materials. I do have just here 19 millimeter material left. Yeah, you can also use 18, but I don't have here 18, but it doesn't matter. If you use 18, then the areas are getting 2 millimeters bigger inside. So, and we are choosing these both materials here. So, and therefore we use all parts of group, because when we drag and drop here, one on here, we just change one material. When we use here all parts of group and drag and drop it on here, then the whole cabinet is getting changed. And when we want to have it for all cabinets, then we say also for all cabinets. And then the window is opening. And if you don't want to have the change for all cabinets, we don't want to have it for cabinet 3 and 4, then we take out the checkbox, close this, and then we drag and drop this material for the cabinet 1, 2, and 5. Number 3 and 4 keeps the same. If you want to do it again, we can also click here all cabinets, and now we take out all except 3 and 4, and therefore we are choosing this Agar H1387. So, and for the fronts, we want to change all fronts for all cabinets. That is all right. And we have here this one. So if you want to rotate it like here, you can also activate here rotate it, and then this material is getting rotated. So I deactivated checkbox for rotated because here you see I deactivated everything. And here we want to have for the verticals the Agar H 1145. And if we drag it and drop it on here, the whole block for the verticals is getting changed. And here, if we do it for the horizontals, and if we do it here for the verticals again, then just the block of the verticals from this cabinet is getting changed. So, but here on the bottom, we don't want to have changed the block for verticals and horizontals. Here we just want to have uh, here this two verticals, and therefore we need to choose here only selected part, and we drag it and drop it on here. Yeah. So if we click here on the eye, and if we want to open the fronts, we click on the eye and the circle menu is opening, and we click here to draw the fronts open. So we take out the checkbox only selected part. We want to have this material change also in here. In here. And also on the bottom. And then we are almost done. Also for the drawer box, therefore we want to have a 16 millimeter material, and we activate here all parts of the group for the drawer box for the Movento. And now we are well done. We can now present the project to our customer. And if the customer want to have it, then you can click here on data export to get the cutting list and all other production data. Yeah, like the panel optimization. If you click here on TrunOpt, then you get also the panel optimization. You can click through here. Yeah, you see we have here the Agar White. That is the Agar H1145. That is the first of two panels. That is for the drawer box. And here, if we go back to the, here we have this for the Agar H1387. So I'm closing this, and yeah, now we are well done, and I hope you enjoyed it. I wish you good luck and fun to plan it yourself, and see you next time. Bye bye.